Hello everyone, welcome back. Okay, so we got another video provided by the people at Fellou. We had some a little bit of delays here and there for a couple of other things, but we are back. Okay, so follow up on a video of one of my subs. He was asking me about a comprehensive plan, the do's and don'ts, and everything about a jewelry store because I was doing a guide of how to make a luxury jewelry store with DeepSeek R1. And then he was asking me like, okay, like that's good and all, but like what are the do's and don'ts? What are the pitfalls? What setbacks do they have? All this other type of stuff. Okay, so I'm just like, okay, I do know a couple of good people here, the people at Fellou, and yes, this is brought to you by Fellou. Um, so, um, okay, so you're probably wondering, okay, so this is basically a summary and the brand comprehensive guide. Okay, so so the luxury jewelry industry has evolved dramatically since its conception, and now in the 21st century, shifting from purely material-based luxury to a experience-driven, value-centric uh, luxury. This comprehensive guide provides the accountable insights, proven strategies, and practical frameworks for launching and scaling a world-class luxury brand. So here are the key success pillars: heritage, innovation, balancing traditional craftsmanship with modern technology. So obviously, so like if it's like a family-owned jeweler, it's like something very famous, like in America or like even like France or like the UK, like what they kind of like I don't know like diamond luxury watches or something along those lines, or like whatever it could be, or like Cartier or like all this type of stuff, Swatch or something along those lines. That would be something like along those lines. So obviously the heritage, obviously when it was founded and everything, and obviously with the craftsmanship and luxury of obviously like the care and like the time and obviously all that type of stuff. Like how does it compare to other competitors? Why is it better? All that type of stuff. And obviously experience first approach, prioritizing customer journey over transaction. Obviously, like why would the customer want it? What makes it special? What makes it stand out? Why is it very popular within a certain age group or a certain like type of segment of a group? Like let's say only tennis people wear a certain brand, or only like for example badminton people or something along those lines. Sustainable luxury, integrate ethical practices as core brand value, like honor, integrity, all that type of stuff. Omnichannel excellence, seamlessly branding digital and physical touch points. So like a good ad made with AI or something digital, and then obviously on the physical touch points would be like trying to understand the dimensions of the watch and like the detail and everything. So the poster or the ad can reflect that as you're advertising it. And then obviously data-driven personalization using technology to create obviously a good experience to scale. So obviously understanding information, understanding your audience, but with that putting it into the AI or whatever tool that you use, then to create a good experience so you can obviously get more customers, but also give good type of products out there so people can keep on coming back. So the do's and don'ts. Okay, so the new definition of luxury: do's. Embrace the modern luxury paradigm. So obviously technology, AI, all that type of stuff. That's a must. Focus on intangible values over material alone. So what are your good values? Customer first, all that type of stuff. We try to like replace certain bad parts, or if it's like faulty, we'll give you like a certain refund or something along those lines. Because obviously you don't want to piss off your fan base or your customers. Create products that translate the essence of time into meaningful experience. So, like for example, I guess a good example would be like a Van Gogh. That would be, I guess, like if this was jewelry, it would be something timeless because it's something that even though today it's still looked at and saying, "Wow, when I become an artist, I want to make something exactly like that." develop context-dependent value propositions that evolve what customer needs. So the value-dependent value proposition. So like, for example, like always listen to customer feedback, all that type of stuff. Like, hey, I got this model. It wasn't so good as the previous model because I think like a watch, or like a model watch or something along those lines, or like a certain like tennis bracelet or something along those lines. And then it wasn't as good because it tarnishes too easy. This one had anti-tarnish. You took this out. Or the glass is a little bit too sensitive. Like if I do this, then I have a scratch or something. Can you make it more scratch resistant like the last one? Stuff along those lines. Use materials and techniques as storytelling vehicles, not just luxury indicators. So like something like, for example, like when people do stuff on runway or mid-journey or something along those lines, like try to tell a good story. Try to connect with the audience and tell that story of why they want it and why they should have it, instead of just kind of saying buy our stuff. So like that would be something like that. Avoid static positioning that doesn't adapt to changing customer values. So like, for example, out-of-date type of stuff. Oh, everyone still likes this type of style, even though the style might be out of date for the past 15 years and people are wondering why they're not buying their product. And don't neglect the emotional and experimental aspects of luxury. So like, what makes you want to connect? Well, I got this because it makes me feel more connected to like a certain vacation spot, or it makes me feel more connected because it reminds me of a certain restaurant I went to when I was younger and it was a fantastic restaurant, something along those lines. So brand foundation and positioning. Okay, so for this one, build reputation through quality assurance and superior service. So like in the sense of like try to give out good products, but then at the same time, make sure that it's really good. It's not cheap and you're not cutting any corners. Maintain strong brick and mortar presence for trust building. I'm not too sure about the brick and mortar presence. Maybe to a certain degree, but since everything's gone a lot more digital, yes and no, depending on who your target audience is. But even a lot of other people since the pandemic have been buying more online. So I don't know. I'm 50-50 on that one. Focus on high value items with exceptional craftsmanship. Absolutely high value items, stuff like so something that is detailed. You can tell that the person's crafted it with care and affection and all that. So that's a must. Develop the customer relationships through personalized service. So I know that lots of people I'll probably get a lot of shit for this anyways, but I'm going to say it anyways. That like personalized ads. So like a lot of type of stuff, what are your interests? Why do you want to get the watch? So kind of like these surveys. And yeah, I know it's a little bit of like a data extraction like Facebook, but like that's the only way like the brand or people who are trying to sell will understand what you want. And then the don'ts would be don't ignore digital transformation needs. So obviously you have to go with the times. If not, you will suffer. Avoid over-reliant on traditional channels without innovation. So you could do billboards and everything, but just don't do a billboard just because everyone else is doing a billboard. Be different. What makes that billboard stand out? And don't underestimate the younger audience with different expectations, because the reason why is because eventually they will be your new clientele once the older generation starts getting phased out. Another one would be examples of success. Emphasize usefulness and innovation and brand messaging. So going back to the last point, don't underestimate younger consumers, because obviously the new youth eventually will come to an age where they will be buying your product. So obviously they'll remember and they just won't buy it. So try to innovate and give a good messaging. So when they eventually do become your clients, they will continue buying the product, because lots of people are generational. Like, I've only bought Nike for the past generations, but I remember when it first came out, and they kept on with their kids and everything. That's the only thing that they buy, but they adapt so they won't piss off the next generation, because when they do become of age, they will remember not to buy the product, or they'll just go online and say don't buy the product. So stuff like that, because as they say, like, they might not be able that it'll be a certain age, but when they do come of age, they'll remember, I remember this brand didn't do a good job, or they did something, so they'll just won't buy it, and then eventually that product will become phased out. Leverage advanced technologies for customer interaction. So AI is obviously important. Algorithms were changing, and all that type of stuff. I have been telling Fellou about this, about the AI algorithms. So now there's going to be a type of algorithm and all that type of stuff. So adapt to the changing landscape, due to the fact that if you don't, then you'll get left behind, and then people won't buy your stuff either. Pioneer new sales and engagement methods. So obviously try to think of new ways with technology and other type of stuff to target the next audience, and to keep yourself relevant, because if you're not relevant, out of sight, out of mind, people will just forget about you and then not buy your stuff. Create high value experience through digital platforms. The last one is social media is now important. Online is very now important. Certain likes, views, clicks, all that type of stuff keep you relevant. If that kind of stops, you kind of fade into obscurity and people forget about you. Don't sacrifice product quality for technological novelty. I don't know about this one. This feels very contradictory in a certain way, because obviously you do want to have a good product quality, but at the same time, you don't want to then not have a social media presence or an online technological presence, because then people won't buy it. But I guess this is all how you, spin it, or like how you position it in a way. So I do kind of understand what you're trying to say, but I kind of disagree with this one. Like, that's just, again, just based on how the landscape and how everything's transforming more digitally. So I have my reservations, but again, avoid tech for tech's sake without clear. There you go, customer. That makes a lot of sense. Like, going back to what another previous one I was saying, don't have a billboard just to have a billboard. You got to have a purpose. What's the purpose of having the billboard, and why is it different? So the same thing applies here, but it's just with tech. And obviously, another one would be don't alienate traditional luxury customers. Yes. Don't alienate the older fan base, because they will remember. They'll stop buying it. Yeah, it won't be that bad of an impact because technology is very more prevalent. But at the same time, they are still part of your buying base, so you might feel it a little bit. So don't try to alienate people. Even though they might not use technology, they might be a certain stakeholder or something along those lines. So demand-oriented positioning, develop unique stylistic features and strong design identity. So obviously, what are you doing to stand out with technology? Cater to niche markets with specific aesthetic preferences. So something niche could blow up. Now with technology, a lot more prevalent. Something that would take a couple of months can take a couple of weeks, maybe a couple of days. Build loyal customer communities around a design philosophy. So why should you buy their product, and like, how does it look compared to the competitor? But also try to explain why it's a lot better than your competitor. And obviously focus on originality and personalization. Don't be like everyone else. Don't be an NPC, people. Don't do it. Don't compromise design integrity for mass appeal. So like, just because they keep on saying, just because everyone else is literally getting this certain type of product, don't do that, and just don't be an NPC. Avoid scaling challenges by building operational expertise early. So obviously, if you have a good idea and you know it's a really good idea, try to be the first one to do it, because everyone remembers the first person. No one remembers the person who came in second. Don't neglect commercial visibility, for pure artistry. So like, don't try to be an over perfectionist, because it might cost you towards the end, because you try to work on something so much that maybe it may be costing you maybe some stakeholders, some fans, because we want our product, and then basically you get the idea. So brand identity framework. So create a cohesive identity across all touch points. So obviously digital, traditional, all that type of stuff. Try to get, and as well, like, try to be a little bit different. That like, don't be like an NPC and be like everyone else. Develop a clear brand values that resonate with target demographics. So if your demographics are between the ages of 18 to 30, and obviously are athletes and male, obviously you would try to do something more sporty. You would try to get certain influencers, or certain like sports people, or like maybe certain like sports doctors to like recommend certain things. And then by doing that, obviously the men would see that and they're saying, okay, I'm going to get that product. If you're a woman, obviously you would have like Kim Kardashian or Kylie Jenner promote some sort of dress, or like some sort of like some sort of high heels, or like some sort of nail polish that you want to get, and try to really understand that demographic, because young women always try to get with beauty standards. Older women are a little bit like, yeah, they still try to do beauty standards, but the younger you are, obviously you're more self-conscious about a lot of type of stuff, because you want to fit in, you want to be cool. So I think that's where they get you. So that's how obviously that, like anything, obviously when you're younger you want to fit in. The older you get, you're just kind of just like, I'm just going to do my own thing. So establish consistent visual and verbal brand language. So body language is very important. Fun fact here, the majority, over 70% of how we communicate is through our bodies, through posture, through like certain like mannerisms. The person can tell just even without you saying that you're enjoying the experience, or you just don't like it. I actually did take a previous course earlier when I was a little bit younger. I know I say that, but Mr. Z, you're like in your 20s. I know, but I feel old at times. So try to develop that, because obviously, like by doing that, then you're targeting, and they're saying that this is really good because the person looks confident, or this, or it's really good because they have a certain type of look, or something along those lines. And obviously build authentic brand stories rooted in genuine heritage and vision. Like, why should you buy the product? Buy the product just consume product and get excited about next product. No, that doesn't work. Like, what's the message? What's the vision? Like, how do you see yourself entering the market, or like in the sense of like trying to contribute or being an industry titan? Don't create inconsistent messaging across channels. So on X, if you're saying you have a discount, then on YouTube you should run the same ad, and then people are asking, on X I saw this, but on YouTube it's not there. So what's really going on? So it just creates a lot of confusion. Avoid generic positioning with clear differentiation. So just don't be generic. Don't be an NPC. That's pretty much it. Don't be an NPC, people. And don't fabricate heritage or value for marketing purposes. You shouldn't do it, but people still do it, and a lot of big brands still get away with it. But again, I know what they're trying to say. Don't be deceptive, because people won't buy your stuff. Maybe some people won't, but the majority of people still will. Trust me. PR and everything is very, very strong. So maintain meticulous attention to detail in every piece. Obviously, pay attention to detail. If obviously something's not good, don't rush it out just because your competition got it out first. Invest in skilled artisans and continue training. So obviously invest in the best, because obviously if you hire good people, you're going to get good products. Implement rigorous quality control at every production stage. Don't be that guy watching like a fucking hawk. Don't do it. don't just be that guy. Like, just don't. Like, that's why we have AI. I know I made a Big Brother joke there, but it's kind of true. Just don't be that guy. Just like, if something is missed, try to at least say it before it goes. Like, just inspect it and just say it, but like, just don't be hovering over the person. As I say, that's why we have AI, because AI will probably end up picking it up or through the camera or something along those lines. But just don't be that guy, the factory team leader, and you're just like this. No, don't do it. And obviously document and preserve traditional techniques. So obviously try to put it as a kind of like a motto or a company thing. If it's really good, keep on doing that. If it's really bad, just discard it. Don't compromise quality for cost reduction. Obviously, don't do shrinkflation. So meaning is like you're going to cut some corners to save a couple of other type of stuff, and then it's a lot worse than your competitor. Avoid rushing production timelines. That expensive craftsmanship pretty much goes in with the first one. And don't neglect proper training and skill development. Just don't say, okay there, Jimmy, we're just going to throw you into the deep end and hope you do good. No, that's going to be a really bad idea, and that's going to cost you a lot of money. Integrate 3D printing and I would have to say 3D printing is good. So 3D printing, so like you can like do a lot of interesting stuff. People actually make houses out of that too. That is something obviously people should be looking into. It's a little bit, it feels like the real thing, but it's not. But AR is another technology that I think should be implemented. Augmented reality, it's basically getting overshadowed by AI, but it is something that people should be looking into. It's kind of like the Jetsons type of stuff and all that. So or Star Wars, or like all these holograms and everything, that is AR technology. So that is pretty good. And CAD, so like certain laser type of stuff for good precision. That is something to be implemented, and I would for sure do that. But as well, yes, niche markets, going back to that. Use technology to enhance, not replace human craftsmanship. Well, tell that to every major corporation now firing over 10,000 people a day. I'm being serious. And I'm not laughing at this because it's true. AI is basically replacing human craftsmanship at this stage. And oh yeah, by the way, in Asia, they're also getting a bunch of robots to do a lot of other stuff in the factories. So, well, we're too late on that one. Leverage new materials and techniques for unique design. So try to be a little bit different, try to be a trendsetter, implement quality assurance technologies for consistency. Going back to what I'm saying, just have the camera or the AI do it. Don't be that guy watching people like a hawk. Just don't do it. It's not nice. Don't completely automate processes that benefit from human touch. There's certain things that are pretty good, but we're pretty much getting at the stage where robots and AI are getting way better. Avoid technological adaptation without proper training and integration. Yes, just don't hopefully hire Timmy, throw him into Jimmy or Timmy, or both. Maybe it's James, Timothy, and basically say, okay, we hope for the best. Don't do that. That's going to cost you a lot of money. Just don't. Don't sacrifice the artisanal element that luxury customers value. So basically, if it's a really good feature, don't get rid of it. Implement quality insurance benchmarks for objective evaluation. So obviously have a target, try to meet it. If not, then try to adjust. Train staff on quality criteria and workmanship basics. So pretty much just don't throw James Timothy into the deep end. Use consistent quality models across all product lines. So obviously, if it's really, really good, if you want to upgrade your stuff and you think and you know you need to upgrade it and build preventive factors into design and engineering. Just don't be that guy and say like, oops, we caught it too late. Now we got to recall everything. Then that's going to cost us more money. Don't do it. Don't. Don't solely rely on subjective quality assessments. So pretty much, like, you can give it out to people who like test certain stuff out. Just don't rely on testers. Also do in-house testing. Make the people to the public that you pay. Avoid inconsistent quality standards across product ranges. So if you know it's gonna be a problem, try to get rid of it as soon as possible. Don't ignore post-sale quality issues and customer feedback. Don't be that company that literally says fan base bad, and then all of a sudden they will literally just stop buying your product, and then you're gonna panic. So this one, implement reasonable jury council standards. So we're doing this whole thing again. We're going to be doing the meme. The whole thing where the guy is at the boardroom and then all of a sudden the guy throws him out the window. The boss throws him out the window. Just why? We're doing the meme. So not everything has to be bureaucracy, people. AI is the solution. Source from certified ethical suppliers, so make sure that it's a legit supplier, and well, there's that. Just make sure it's legit. Maintain complete supply chain transparency. So pretty much what that means is that, like, try to source your material. Don't say that it's coming from somewhere, that's coming from somewhere, that's coming from somewhere, that's coming from somewhere, that my cats, ants, dogs, parrots, French toast got it from. Don't do that. And obviously regularly audit and verify supplier practices. Let's cut on bureaucracy and use more AI. We can probably do that with AI and get a lot more efficient and done, and we don't have to spend 30 minutes doing all these ridiculous hand gestures and then do a big song and dance. And no. Let's get rid of the bureaucracy. Don't source from uncertified or questionable suppliers. So pretty much the whole dogs, cats, ants type of scenario. Avoid opacity in supply chain communications. But that's the whole point of AI. But yet it's contradicting itself, which is kind of funny. They want to regulate stuff, but then at the same time, they want better communication with a lot of other type of stuff without bureaucracy. So which one is it? It's one or two. Just get the AI to do it. You'll be fine. And don't ignore environmental impact sourcing decisions. Air quotes on that one. I have my opinions, but the whole type of song and dance of this will lead to something else. Johnny caught a fish this big. Johnny caught a fish this big. Johnny killed Moby Dick. Oh my God, Johnny killed the Kraken. No, we're not. Just no. Just no. Support fair labor practice throughout supply chain. Good luck with that. AI is replacing everyone. Invest in local communities where you can operate. That is the plan. But obviously, if a big, massive corporation comes in and gives you more money, you're going to take it. Promote diversity and inclusion in business practices. Yeah, about that. So now DEI isn't cool and everyone's now getting rid of it. So there's that. Contribute to industry-wide ethical standard improvement. Industry standard, air quotes. Oh God. So like the industry standard is basically whatever the company basically says is industry standard, and all their other big CEOs say is industry standard. So kind of being an NPC in a way, but you have to be an NPC because it's just the way it is. Don't ignore labor conditions and supplier faculties. We got robots now and AI, so I'm pretty sure we'll be okay. Avoid token gesture without meaningful impacts. So, like, how do I say? Don't virtue signal, I guess, but that's what most people do nowadays. So, but it has to be true because the guy on internet said it's true. No, don't do that. That actually is true. Don't compromise worker safety for cost savings. Bro, we got robots. As they say, people are getting laid off every freaking week and by the dozen. Focus on exception management and exceeding promises. So try to be a good company. Building personal relationships between clients and brand personnel. Try to have a liaison or something along those lines. So you can at least have a good intermediary between the clients and obviously the business. Prioritize convenience and time saving for clients. So pretty much just get AI. Creator exclusive experiences beyond traditional retail. So basically find influencers. Don't overpromise and underdeliver. Don't pretty much say you're going to give the circus when basically you're just going to give a clown. Avoid impersonal transactional interactions. So don't try to do sketchy deals in a way. And don't ignore time value aspects from luxury clients. So basically, if the guy's a big investor, just don't ignore him. Offer a comprehensive customization platform, so like Diamond Ringmaster, Two Birds, provide personal design and iteration. So try to like give your own personal design, or if you have like a designer that you know is pretty good, ask them and what their opinions are, because obviously they have a better idea. Create, collaborate, and design processes with clients. So try to have like an outreach program for people and all that type of stuff where they can chip in and like have something community based, or like do an online like creator partner program or something along those lines. And obviously deliver unique, one of a kind pieces that reflect individual stories. So don't be an NPC and be like everyone else. If Nike's doing it, or if like all these other jewelry stores are doing it, don't be like them. Don't limit customization options to minor modifications. So pretty much it may not seem like a good idea in the start, but it could turn out to be something good. Avoid lengthy or complex customization processes. Don't do the whole Johnny caught a fish story. And then do this and it's lengthy, and then you got to do this and you got to do this and you got to do this. Like, people just want to get the product and they just want to make sure it's nice. Don't compromise on quality during production. So pretty much a good production. Don't compromise on the quality, corners, all that type of stuff. So create seamlessly online to offline experiences, and obviously the AR and VR type of stuff that I was talking about. This is actually kind of funny because Futurama actually did have an episode on this a couple of years ago that I did watch. And obviously talking about the Jetsons and all that type of stuff. Maintain consistent service quality across all touch points. So try to have good customer service all around. Enable flexible purchases and deliver options. Obviously try to do like stuff on Amazon or stuff like that, or like you can order from the website. It can be straight to your door, stuff like that. Don't create disconnected experiences between channels. So I already spoke about this. If there's the deal on Instagram, make sure you have the same deal on X or YouTube or something along those lines. Avoid technology that complicates rather than simplifies. Technology is trying to simplify everything. This is basically made with technology. Don't neglect training staff from omni-channel services. So if someone is really good at something, don't neglect them just because you think that he's good in one little corner. Obviously, the storytelling I already went through. So obviously, tell a good story, make it captive, all that type of stuff. Create high quality virtual content, showcasing craftsmanship. So like, make good TikTok reels, Instagram reels, TikTok videos, all that type of stuff, YouTube shorts. Use videos to demonstrate creation process and artisan skills. So pretty much use an explanation video to like highlight those skills so people can buy the product, like kind of like a little mini showcase. Maintain consistent brand voice across all communications. So going back, like if you have a deal, make sure on YouTube, make sure it's on all the other platforms. Don't rely on generic product photography. Just don't be an NPC, pretty much. Avoid inconsistent, meaningful across platforms, and don't neglect the power of authentic brand stories. So, hi, I'm such and such. I got this watch and it changed my life forever because that actually helped me get a job or whatever, or something along those lines. Leverage social media influencers, going back to influencers. Hello World. And celebrity partnerships strategically. So obviously they have a better audience. They may know some other people who can actually help you build other that you might need, like contacts and everything. Develop live streaming e-commerce capabilities, so stuff like YouTube Live, Twitch, all that type of stuff. Use data analytics for targeted marketing and personalization, and obviously the whole AR, VR type of stuff that's already been talked about. Don't spread marketing budget too thin, too many channels. Don't try to do so many things at once. So, but again, you can now with AI. Cost effectiveness right there. Avoid partnerships that don't align with your brand values. So obviously, if your brand wants to have high luxury type of stuff, don't go with people who basically are just like big company bad. Don't ignore data privacy and customer consent requirements. Yeah, but social media technically mines all that as it is, so that's an interesting take. Maintain premium publication presence and editorial coverage. The magazines, but again, YouTube has changed all that. Participate in high-end events and exclusive showcases. So obviously, if it's a big gala or something like that, then go to it. Build relationships with luxury lifestyle influencers, back to influencers. Hello World. Create limited edition exclusive collection launches. So like a certain launch about like a certain season or something along those lines to like hype it up. Every season we have this kind of like the McRib in a way. Like with McDonald's, like a certain season, so we can do that with jewelry. Like the certain brand, the fall brand, where it's orange or something like that, or like they can do like some sort of like type of stuff to hype the fall, or like white, like snow for like the winter or something along those lines. Don't abandon traditional luxury marketing channels entirely. I'm gonna pause on that and then basically say, yeah, everything's gone so technological that it's kind of interesting that people even say that now. Avoid mass market advertising that dilutes luxury perception. So don't go on a megaphone and say, "Hey, everyone, buy our stuff." Don't ask questions. Just consume product and get excited about next product. Don't ignore the importance of exclusivity and scarcity. So if it's a certain stuff that you only get at a certain store, make sure that you highlight that. Justify high prices through exceptional value. Oh God, that's going to be something with the whole. Try to find a certain audience that can actually buy it, because if not, then it's just going to be a waste. Communicate the story, pricing. So try to like hype it up and understand. Well, this is it justifies the price because it was handmade, or it's only AR only, or something along those lines. Maintain pricing consistency across channels and markets. So pretty much if it's literally $3,000 on X, make sure it's $3,000 on the YouTube ad. Use prices as a positioning tool for luxury perception. So obviously, a certain class can only buy it. So it's niche, it's posh, it's amazing. It's the greatest thing ever since the invention of the internet. Don't compete primarily on price and luxury markets. Try to expand. Obviously, the more people you reach out to, the better. Avoid frequent discounting that erodes brand value. Don't try to do like the whole discount every month. Don't set prices without clear value proposition justification. Like, why should you buy it and why is it so exclusive? Prices based on exceptional and emotional value. So my grandma got this brand when she was younger and she carried it on, or something along those lines, and then now I buy that brand. Consider customization and personalization and pricing models. So like, why should it be priced in a certain way, and like, why is it special? Develop tiered pricing for different services levels. So something would be like an alpha would be around like 1,000, and then like something else would be 2,000, and then you get the idea, like alpha and then beta. It's kind of funny with the meme about that, and then omega, so like that type of stuff. So create pricing transparency for complex services. So this is why it is the way it is, due to the fact that we're trying to target a higher audience or like a certain um, wealth percentage or something along those lines. Like a certain for gala people, like all the rich high end like people like Elon Musk or like Angelina Jolie or something along those lines. Don't price solely based on material costs. So the material could be important, but sometimes you might miss the message. Avoid hidden fees that damage trust. Ooh, buddy, that's something. If only every brand did that. Don't ignore competitive pricing intelligence. So the hidden fees, just don't be deceptive, but people still do it. Don't ignore competitive pricing. So obviously, if your competitor's doing something, try to match it or try to give a good discount. Going into one of the previous questions. Going back to AR and VR, I already explained on this. Develop comprehensive e-commerce platforms with good luxury UX and UI design, so make it visually appealing, all that type of stuff. Make the person want to buy it. Use AI for personalized recommendations and styling advice. Well, I'm technically doing this with an AI itself, so there you go. Question answered. Create mobile first experience as for younger consumers, like make an app, stuff like that could help. Don't implement technology without clear customer benefit. Why should you buy it? Just slapping you on it. That'll help. Avoid complex interface that frustrates users. So don't make it so complex, because not everyone understands technology as good as a basement dweller. Don't neglect mobile optimization for luxury e-commerce. So something like an Amazon app or something, try to make it simple, sleek, stuff like that. Use ERP and CRM systems for operational efficiency. So CRM would be something to do with customer revenue and all that type of stuff, for better efficiency. So you can track all the purchases and all that type of stuff. Implement inventory management systems for omnichannel retail. So try to have a good technology-based inventory management, so you can keep track of stuff, your orders, when it comes in, all that type of stuff. Leverage data analytics for customer insights and business intelligence. So something like Google Analytics or something along those lines. And then cloud-based solutions for sustainability and flexibility. So if you lose anything, you won't have to worry because it's on the cloud. Don't underestimate the complexity of technological integration. So don't be a boomer. Avoid data silos that prevent comprehensive customer value. So a silo would be just one type of aspect, and you're not going to go outside of that box. Don't neglect cybersecurity and data protection requirements. That is actually true. Try to have something good, a strong password, a high level type of pipeline that can that's encoded, that can actually prevent certain hacks or something along those lines. Obtain a GIA and relevant regional certifications. So try to be certified in the region so you can gain more trust. Maintain ISO 174 compliance for quality and environmental standards. Oh God. Implement Kimberley process compliance for diamond sourcing. So looking like a special process about diamonds. Ensure REACH compliance for chemical safety in EU markets. Yes, because the EU has a lot of strict regulations that is absolutely ridiculous, and that actually is true. Don't operate without proper industry certifications. Avoid cutting corners in regulatory compliance, and don't ignore regional regulation differences in global markets. Well, it depends on how much money you have. Implement comprehensive quality management systems. Maintain detailed documentation for all compliance requirements. Conduct regular audits and compliance reviews, and train staff on regular requirements and updates. So add a lot of bureaucracy. AI is trying to get rid of that. Don't treat compliance as a one-time requirement. Avoid incomplete documentation that could cause issues, and don't ignore updates to regulations and standards. AI can literally fix all this. All you got to do is put it in, and they can give you a good outline like this. Like the video I'm literally presenting. Brand positioning features, inconsistent brand management across channels, covered that. Obviously, make sure that the message is the same. Lack of clear differentiation from competitors. Don't be an NPC. Poor understanding of target audience and segments. Don't alienate your audience or just think that people would want it just because one person said something on the internet and it wasn't really verified well. Failure to evolve with changing luxury perceptions. Obviously, if you don't evolve, obviously you're not going to do well. Develop comprehensive brand guidelines and train all stakeholders. Conduct regular competitive analysis and position reviews. Invest in customer research and persona development. Create brand evolution strategies that maintain core identity. So get a big data center like Meta. Gotcha. Obviously, quality control issues leading to product failures, operational failures, inadequate supply chain management, poor inventory planning management, insufficient investment technology. So pretty much don't be a boomer and get with AI. Prevention strategy, implement robust quality management systems, develop strategic supplier partnerships, use data analytics for demand forecasting, create technology roadmaps with adequate investment plans. So go with the times or you won't do well. And obviously customer experience failures, inconsistent service quality across touch points, failure to meet customer experiences, poor failure sales, service and support, inadequate staff training and empowerment. So since you haven't adapted, you will suffer. Develop comprehensive customer service standards, implement customer feedback and responsive protocols, create ongoing staff training, and develop programs and empower staff to resolve customer issues proactively. Just pretty much just go with the times and try to be as adaptable as possible so you won't sink. And then obviously pre-launch checklist, obviously your brand foundation, complete market research, and develop brand positioning, create virtual identity, establish legal structure. So pretty much everything that I went through here. And obviously like product development months, design initial products, establish manufacturing partnerships with quality standards, technology, and infrastructure, develop e-commerce platform or mobile applications, implement CRM, customer service systems, and develop comprehensive marketing strategy and a budget, implement quality assurance and customer feedback systems, and monitor key performance indicators. So pretty much everything that I went through here, as I said. And obviously the example application found to timelessly enter your brand name, and obviously your elements, heritage, craft, and story, material specifications and sourcing details, client communication templates, discovery phase, design development, all that type of stuff. 90-day quick start plan. Week 1 and 2, complete competitive analysis. Week 3 or 4, develop brand identity. Week 5 to 6, finalize initial products. Week 7 to 8, create initial marketing materials. Week 9 to 10, complete initial product samples. Weeks 11 to 12, train initial team members. And then key performance indicators, your KPIs. So financial metrics, so like what's your RGR, your revenue growth rate, your GPM, your gross profit margin, all that type of stuff. And then brand and consumer metrics, obviously brand awareness, customer satisfaction across certain scores, operational metrics, quality control, pass rates, one-time delivery performance, long-time success framework, establish brand presence and initial customer base, and then obviously years 2 to 3, objective year 1, scale operations, expand market reach, years 4 to 5, expand and turn internationally and enter new markets, and then your conclusion, clear positioning, quality, excellence, all that type of stuff. And then obviously by following this guide, you will be able to use these examples to make a beautiful new luxury jewelry brand. Hoorah. So pretty much the final part is basically a small little breakdown of basically all the big type of stuff. Thank you again, and thank you again to Fellou for giving me the opportunity, and as well the obviously the time to as well promote their product and to get it out there. It is very, very new. It is something fantastic. And again, like, it's really good. It can save you a lot of time. Um, and like stuff like this that most big companies or even small companies can save a lot of time on, and just get a really good roadmap. Or maybe you want to start something like this, or maybe you want to start like a different type of business. Like, obviously you just follow the same outline. Obviously you might have to change a couple of names here and there, and certain things may vary, but for the most part, a lot of it's still the same. You need to find clients, you need to have a roadmap, all that type of stuff. And yeah, so don't forget to like, favorite, and subscribe. And as well, check out Fellou. Please check them out. They are a good group of people. They're trying to bring a AI browser first experience to obviously search websites, to do a lot of type of stuff, to make marketing plans, and much more. So it is not just the browser. You can, as they say, you can make marketing plans. You can even code. You can do a lot of type of stuff. And yeah, it's just give them a shot. And I as they say, they're new. Obviously, there will be a lot of skepticism, but it can save you a lot of time and a lot of type of stuff. As they say, this, like right here, they even have everything timestamped right here. So it literally took around 10 or so minutes, around 10 to 15 minutes to do a comprehensive workflow and a plan. So yes, obviously it took 10 minutes to do, but obviously going through everything and giving a breakdown might be a little bit longer. And as well, if you don't want to just use the browser, you as well got the lovely feature of going here and then downloading it into a PDF. So like, for example, here you're in your variable storage. This is everything that you've done. And then if you want, you have the feature right here, just downloading it, and then you can get into a PDF or Word, and then you literally just got your guide that you want to go to, or something like that. And that's it. And then you have it on your desktop, and then that's it. And then you have a great guide. And yeah, and you can do a lot of other type of stuff as well with it. So yeah, go check them out. The link will be in the description. And I might put some other, they have given me some codes as well. So I might put some codes maybe in the description. If anyone does want to check it out, I will put their link as well. And don't forget to like, favorite, and subscribe. And as always, Mr. Z signing out.